Hello, this is another JT. I've been watching a certain Minecraft YouTuber have, let's say, some struggles with villagers. So I am making this tutorial for one person, and that is just to give them a little bit of help with how villagers tick. Alright, let's get into it. We're going to start with how a villager spends their day. The villagers wake up with the sunrise, then wander around for a bit. They're going to socialize a little bit, but when that clock hits 45 degrees, they're going to go to work. And you'll see that they head to their workstations. The farmer will hit his composter and the crops. Everybody else will just hang around their workstation. They'll walk away for just a little bit, but they'll go right on back. And they'll keep on working right through lunch. Yeah, they're dedicated. That farmer, who knows, he may mention a few carrots. But they'll keep going and into the afternoon. Now, when that clock gets a little bit closer to the 45 degrees to the right angle, that'll mean their workday is coming to an end. Coming up here in just a second, they'll be closing that off, and they'll go to gathering mode. They're going to go find that bell and hang out by that bell. It's time for them to socialize and maybe make some baby villagers if they're in the mood. But they'll do that, and then after that gathering time, there's a little bit more time to wonder, and then as the sun goes down, it's time for bed. Now, how do we get that villager a job, and how do we use that to get them where we want to go? As you see, this villager can't path to that thing, but once we open the gate, he can path to that workstation, and boom, he's got a job. Look at them. So dedicated. Now, if we were, that only happened because he could find a way to that workstation. But how can we use that to put that villager where we want him to go? Well, he's got his workstation there, and he loves it. Loves it so much he's standing right on top of it. But we want him over with these other villagers. So we're going to put a little intermediate one and take that one away. And he says, hey, wait, there's a workstation over here. I love this workstation now. Well, he's going to love that workstation. We're going to give him a little path here and take that away. Oh, another workstation. Let me get over there. Hey, I can hop right up here. And I go to my new favorite workstation. And there, the villager's where we want him. Now we're going to look at how villagers and trapdoors interact. This villager will get his workstation, but right now he doesn't have a path to it. So he's going to ignore it. He's going to stand there, but now he's got a too high path he can walk to. He thinks he can walk to, but that trapdoor prevents him. But as far as that villager is concerned, that trapdoor is invisible to him. He thinks he can walk on top of trapdoors, but he also thinks he can walk right through them, and that part just isn't true. Now, this comes in handy later on, because he always thinks he can walk on trapdoors even when they're open. Now, let's go see what happens if we remove that trapdoor. Now he can walk through, he gets his job, he's got his favorite workstation. But now, when he's blocked, he still thinks, I can get to that workstation. That workstation's right over there, it's mine. But can't get there until we open that trapdoor. In fact, we can use these trapdoors and the pathing to move this villager exactly where we want them with the workstations and blocking off and allowing paths. Now we're going to go into a practical example. In this case, we're going to get some villagers into a simple villager breeder. This one just has a couple villagers on one side, so we're going to put in a trapdoor. They think they can walk on that, and we'll give them a workstation up here to say, hey, I might like that workstation. Just a little extra rails, make sure they don't wander off a little bit. We open the gate. Oh, let's take away that guy's workstation. He says, I don't have a job anymore, but oh, workstation up there. It goes right up, takes the workstation. Maybe he needs a little nudge. He might fall in by himself too, but either way, he's in there. Can't get out. Take away his workstation, and we put it back. That guy can't see it anymore, but hey, take away this guy's workstation. He says, oh, I'm going to go up here. I got a job. Well, oh no, he walked away, but never fear. He just walks right back on up to the workstation. Get a little nudge, he hops over, and in. we've got 2 villagers in the villager breeder. Now we can just do a little bit of cleanup here. Take away the parts we don't need, these extra glass blocks. And we'll go run across and grab some beds. We'll just grab this one, put them over on this side. Those villagers think they can get to those beds because of the trapdoors, but they can't because of the other trapdoors. We saw the green sparkles that meant that they saw them. Now they just need food. In this case, 12 carrots per villager. Beetroot and potatoes are the same, raw potatoes, or 3 bread per villager. And we'll just toss them in. They'll be all set to breed on up. There's one getting their 12 villagers. There's 1 carrot for that guy, and then the other 11. Just toss them in. There we go. And since I forgot to close the gate, this guy escaped. But that's not a big deal. We just open up a path for him to get back to his workstation. And there he is, going right on back in. Finally, as we do a little bit of cleanup, we see that the villagers do indeed have a baby. And he tries to run across those trap towards the bed, but he falls down right where we want him. And finally, when you've got real the villagers trapped in a space, and you need to get into that space or out, I bet you don't want the villagers getting out at all, here's a nice little trick you can do. So anyway, this has been another JT with my villager movement basics. Please remember to like and subscribe, ding 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 ding, and oh yeah, comments. Don't forget for the algorithm.